In this next meditation about the inner protector, we're going to work with the way that the brain tends to set up basic scripts or models, sometimes called object relations paradigms of relationships. In other words, of self and other, or self and world. One of the main models of the way in which we grow up and also live as adults in our relationship is the fundamental structure that has three characters in it. It's kind of like the cast of a play of the inner child, nurturing parent, and critical parent, or by other names, the inner victim, the protector, and the persecutor. It's important to realize that these inner scripts are tendencies that we have that are developed through real-life experiences that reinforce them in one way or another, and that whatever was happening outside ourselves as we were growing up that fit the pattern of that basic plot line, even though the characters might change, the plot's the same, those characters can then become a part of ourselves today. In other words, that if in, let's say, your childhood, there was a parent who was particularly nurturing, as well as a parent who tended more toward the challenging or critical or even punishing end of the spectrum, both of those parents are in some senses inside your head today. So that inside your head today is both the capacity to be nurturing, protective, encouraging, kind, and so forth, as well as a capacity to be challenging, critical, harsh, and even mean, both toward yourself and when those parts or subpersonalities, you could even call them, get activated toward other people. Now, this triad, if you will, this fundamental threesome of characters is very important because just about all of us have a sense of a vulnerable inner being, maybe with shadings of being young deep down inside. And almost all of us also have an internalized critic, a part of ourself that is very critical, judgmental, pushy, even mean or harsh or very punishing toward ourselves, which, alas, sometimes can get activated toward other people. But too few of us have a strong, self-nurturing figure internalized inside. It's kind of like, imagine there you are sitting in the court of final appeals, and there's a super, super harsh prosecutor going on and on and on about all your failings. And your own defender, the protector, who's supposed to be taking good care of you, is just kind of half asleep or really, really small or really just overwhelmed by this big, powerful, super-duper prosecutor. That's what the interior mind of many of us is like. That's why it's really important to strengthen that sense of an inner protector. So the parts of you that are on your side, that are for you, that encourage you, that look on your good parts, that argue against the inner critic, tell that inner critic where he, she is wrong or should shut up or message received already, now sit down and move on, etc., etc. So we're going to do a meditation in a moment in which you'll be developing that part of yourself more and more or accessing it increasingly in daily life.